Alright, welcome everyone. I am back and today I have my Victor Stream 3 powered on. I'm about to show you guys a glitch and then I'm going to act like I'm going to take apart everything, show you how to save to your folder, or how to keep your notes and everything secure in its own little personal bubble, which is called your internal storage. And I'm going to show you how to format an SD card. So I have 5 notes. I'm not going to play them on this stream because it's important information. So I'm going to either act like I'm going to show you, or I'm actually going to do it. I haven't figured out what to do it yet. What to do. I've already done this before. I should have done this when I had a bunch of notes to go through, but I had to sit here and figure out which one did which. But everything is in the sequence from 1 to 5, so I'm not going to screw it up just to do it all over again. It's very small. It's not noticeable. There's already 5 notes. I had 4 saved. I made another recording earlier and called it number 5. Number 5. So, anyway, we're going to come up with a really unique story, which is true, of course. I was messing around with my Victor Stream 3 earlier, and I was playing with it and everything, and I went and deleted a random note. I didn't need it. It was only a second note, and it completely confused the notes. So when you press button 3, you're supposed to hear, besides delete notes, you can hear consolidate notes. But now they have copy notes. So I wonder if formatting the SD card actually fixed that. So we're going to see if we can listen to consolidate notes real quick. I'm going to press 3 and act like I want to delete recording number 5. It did not fix it. So in this case, you hear delete note, move note, copy note. So for this purpose, we're going to move all 5 in sequence to the folder, and I'm going to show you what this thing does when you format an SD card. Listen up. So I'm going to describe the best way that I know how. I use the 6 button to move to 1. I know what 1 is. I'm not going to play for it. It won't say it. I'll just play a quick snippet. Okay, so I know that's the right note. Alright, now move note. I want to move this note. You press pound, internal memory, press confirm. Please wait will be heard. Completed. There you go. I know what 2 is. I'm not going to play that one. The reason why I'm not saying anything Please wait will be heard if it's long. It's completed. Alright, here we go. Alright, I know what 4 is. I'm going to move. Boom. Just like that. Here you go. Okay? Here we go. It barely had to say please wait. It was 49 minutes anyway, so generic has 0 notes. Alright, now we power off. This is very important. You press and hold the power button on the left side of the Victor Reader Stream 3. Wait for that to power down. Now that it's powered off, we're going to wait about a second. I'm going to tell you exactly what we're going to do next. Now that your Victor Reader Stream 3 is off, listen up and listen carefully. You're going to want to have your hands on, it's best to have your middle finger on the 2, and your other 2 fingers, minus your pinky, on the 4, 6, and your thumb on the 8. You're going to press. You're going to press and hold that in the power button until you hear a double beep. You're going to want to press the 4 button once to select Format SD card. Press pound. Now, I'm going to show you how you get all your data back. Think of it as a talking phone with a book player, a recorder, and media player. But it doesn't make phone calls. It's got a built-in battery. And we're going to press this button on the top left again, and you're going to hear it say 0 notes. There we go. I didn't create that folder, it was created by itself. Now we're going to press the 1 button. that. I want to make sure everything is in order. Okay, that's good. Alright, so the same steps, I'm going to do it quick. Same steps, 3 twice. Now we go back to the notes. I'm going to press and hold the power button to shut it off. So, that is an easy way to fix your problem. And I will admit I had to call and ask for help and figure out exactly how to do it. I've looked up everywhere on YouTube on how to trigger the diagnostic menu, but nobody, at least any of the familiar people that I looked up, you know, because all I had to do was search up the Victor Reader Stream 3 because I heard so much about it. And yeah, wow. And it didn't show you how to do the whole thing with checking the time and setting the time and the date. And real quick, for those who don't know how to do that, in case if you guys get one, you press and hold the sleep button and it will tell you the time and the date. I will give you a live demonstration, although mine has had it before. These have a soft feel to them. This is having to load everything. So if you need to know what time it is, I don't think it's reliable because it loses time sometimes easily, but yeah. So my thing that I would like to say is why I chose to do it that way, because that is the only way you can do it. Otherwise, you know, now obviously, it took, how do I put it? It took quite some time to delete everything because I had a lot of notes up there. But, you know, all the precious notes that I once had were, you know, I decided to keep the 4. I kept, you know, one note from obviously last year during the summertime. And for those who have seen my Yankee Candle Went to Town thing, you guys know. I'm not going to go into further detail, but if you've seen it, you know you know. So, that's basic. I just, you know, do what I do. But anyway, my honest thing I'd like to say is why. Let's talk about it for a minute. Why? You know, you do an update to this and you take away where you can consolidate the notes. Do you realize how much work you're having people do with like a lot of notes? You're like having them like save technically 10 gigabytes worth of notes out of 14. And then what the heck are you supposed to do with the other 4 gigs? Let it be gone? You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I had a lot, and I mean a lot of notes. So you can probably understand my frustrations. And I should have done this earlier, but I was chilling at the time, so I didn't get around to making a video, but I was moving through it and I'm thinking, oh my God. So that's exactly what we were facing. And I just said, all right, this is the game we're gonna have to play. I'm just gonna have to sit here and delete these, you know, these notes. But think of it like the internal memory as to a laptop. You're backing up your data and all of that good stuff. And when you back up your data, you turn around and you can send it to somebody else's vector stream. You could take, you know, an SD card, obviously with some files on it, transfer it. It's got to be no less than 10.2 gigabytes or 10.79 gigabytes, or not 10, but I wouldn't say 12. When I reset it for the first time, it gave me 12 gigs of internal storage. That is plenty for notes. That is plenty for notes. So if you lose your SD card, you can temporarily record without it. And when you temporarily record without it, well, then you could take all your notes, load that bad boy up on an SD card, and go to town, but it's going to take you hours. I'm warning you, But I kept 4 notes and got rid of everything else, because to be honest with you, I'm not going through all that recording, you know? Besides, most of it was me working out anyway, so I don't even know why I bothered, but it was fun. So, if anybody should know that you could start out with a 14 gig SD card if you do it constantly, and if you could somehow bypass 8 hours a day worth of recording. So if you do 24 hours in a day, if you do 24 hours worth of recordings in 3 8-hour shifts, supposedly you can have about 15 days worth of recordings. But if you're smart with your machine, you can have years upon years of recordings and have almost 300 or 400 notes. Then you take your SD card and you put it in a safe place where you know where it is, buy yourself another SD card, and go to work. And if you use a lot of notes, then get yourself a 32 or a 64. But if you don't really use a lot of notes, I recommend going for a 14 or 16 gig, which of course it's not exactly 16 gig because it'll turn around and say 14.81 gigabytes. So it's not exactly a 16 gigabyte SD card. Nothing is 16 gigabytes anyway. It's always got to be in the 14s. But I guess machines, or people say this is a 14 gigabyte SD card and it's really 12.6 gigs. So, like, literally, people, like, be accurate. Is it a 16 gigabyte SD card, or is it more like a 14.81 gigabyte SD card? Like, this is pinpoint accuracy here. We don't mess with that, 16 gigs. 16 is almost 2 lower than 14.81. I'd rather somebody say it was a 15, but if it was a 15 gigabyte SD card, I will accept it more. But if it's a 16 gig, they are way off. Anyways, y'all, that is my displeasures on accuracy in regards to what I had to go through tonight to, I deleted a simple note in the wrong place and I had to take the whole thing apart. Not figuratively, or not physically, but I had to delete 99.9% of my notes and keep 4. So, y'all stay safe, and I will be back with another video at some point.